Russian anti-disinfectant there.
Anti-missile system?
I think so. And she just planted one on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. That's got to make a lot of us envious.
Got my attention, I'll tell you that.
Certainly mine, too. This is our Wrestling Network main event of the week, ladies and gentlemen, and the Russian Bear. There you see him. One of the finest conditioned athletes in the sport today, taking on a real American. He dances to the beat of a different drummer, and he dances on the way to the ring to Bad Street, USA, because it's going to be he and his buddy, Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes, and the Stinger, taking on Larry Zbyszko, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and Rick Steiner. But right now, you got to believe that gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's mind has got to be a long way away from Chicago, Illinois.
Well, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's got his hands full on Ivan Koloff, because I'll tell you something, when you talk about people that are always around that #1 contender spot, it's Ivan Koloff.
And he is a former world champion. Jimmy Garvin with drop kicks, and Ivan Koloff headed back to the Kremlin, and gorgeous Jimmy Garvin fighting right outside, and his fist in fire outside the ring, and the Russian is on the trail back to the square circle.
It is a classic confrontation, Jim, between, if you want, good and evil, Garvin against Koloff.
Jimmy Garvin right on top, choking away. I'll tell you something. Garvin knows how to break rules. He knows how to fight fire with fire. And I think he's perfectly a team with Sting and with Michael Hayes, because they have the same style. They just don't care. If it takes breaking the rules, then that's what they're going to do. And that's six-man tag team war. And more specifically and more timely, that's exactly what he'll do against the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, in this main event.
Well, there you see Koloff right there showing everybody he can dish it out. He is a well-conditioned veteran.
Well, the thing that impresses me about Ivan Koloff is the fact that he's virtually error-free. If you're going to beat him, you've got to be the better man. He's not going to make a tactical error in most situations that's going to cause him to lose a match. He just will not do it. He's a highly disciplined athlete from the Soviet Union. As you mentioned, he is a veteran of many, many ring wars, a former heavyweight champion of the world, and he is a formidable opponent anytime he gets in the ring. And the mighty Wilbur may just find out how bad this Russian is come Thanksgiving.
Well, the mighty Wilbur, of course, Jim, a great athlete himself, but I'll tell you something, you can't say enough about those years of seasoning that Koloff's been around, what, many, 10, 12, 13 years. That's a lot of experience.
And he's got the head scissors right now on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with more of this Wrestling Network main event right after this timeout. And the fans, this tremendous crowd encouraging on gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And the Russian Bear fighting back. This national broadcast, this main event, and a deep karate thrust right to the throat of gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
The War Games return November 25th in the Nassau Coliseum. 35 of wrestling's greatest, featuring a 10-man tag matches. Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin, the Rock and Roll Express, Barry Windham, taking on the Army of Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, the Midnight Express, and Big Bubba Rogers. Plus, the Road Warriors, Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Nikita Koloff, Eddie Gilbert, the Sheep Herders, Lightning Express, Dr. Death, and more. War Games for Wednesday night, November 25th, 8 p.m., the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. And keep listening for details of how you can see Starrcade 87 Thanksgiving Day.
Koloff punishing gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, who I think sustained a knee injury when he went out to the floor, Jack.
He did. He hit his knee on that steel abutment there, the barricade there, and I believe his left knee is hurt. And he's getting back in that ring awful slow, Jim. But look at this. What a reversal.
He can fight fire with fire. He knows all the tricks of the trade, and he doesn't mind using them. And he's going to have to pull out the stops here because the Russian Bear, if he gets the momentum, he's like a runaway locomotive. He will just run over you, literally. And the Russian Bear, Koloff, went to the corner, but nobody was there. And gorgeous Jimmy Garvin now back on the attack, back on the offense. High elevation.
Garvin has just eaten Koloff's lunch.
I'll tell you something, the intensity that these two men have exhibited, further evidence. Oh, the referee just got wiped out. Inside cradle. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin has got Koloff
count to 10, 11, 12. Referee's down. He can't see this.
The referee got hit right in the face. Garvin trying to get him.
Garvin's got his back turned to Koloff.
Watch that chain. Koloff's got that steel chain right on the back of the head of gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But the referee saw it. He's calling for the bell. It's going to be a disqualification. And now Koloff, knowing that he's been disqualified, wants to hurt Jimmy Garvin. He's got that chain wrapped around, trying to choke the life out of it. Here comes Wilbur. Here comes Wilbur. Wilbur had a look of total disdain on his face. Very uncharacteristic for him. We said to Koloff, now watch Koloff. Koloff just nailed Wilbur with that chain right in the back of the head. Ivan Koloff, one of Paul Jones' key hitchman. And my God, he's lacing him with a steel chain.
Oh, this has got to stop this.
Right across his arms and his hands and his stomach.
Garvin's got the chain.
Got the chain. And Koloff right out here beside us. The mighty Wilbur tasted the steel chain from the Russian Ivan Koloff. Let's take a look at it again, Jack.
We're going to get a slow-mo up here. There you see Koloff across the back of the net of mighty Wilbur with that chain, and that's got to smart.
And now watch this. Wilbur helpless laying prone on the mat. And watch this lacing he gets with a chain right across his body.
There's that brutal streak in Koloff you talked about earlier in this match.
This one is far from over.